welcome to a new studio vlog. We woke up this morning to snow and I've just done the nursery school run, but I thought instead of trying to take the car, I thought I'd get my thermals on and me and Luna would go a walk. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to head to the studio now and yeah, I'll see you when I'm there. Good morning, it's a fresh start to the day. It is Wednesday the 20th of November and Luna is just tipper-tapping around the studio. I feel like she can't settle because the floor is quite cold. She's undecided where to go. Well, she's after something. I don't know what she's quite after. I decided to walk in here today. It took me about 30 minutes or so to walk in, but I was in no rush. The sun was really lovely. It was, you know, and it's a really crisp, cold day, but the winter sun is really bright. So it was really lovely. We took our time. Luna loved it. She was bounding through all the fresh snow she could find. And it was just a lovely way to start the day. And it also saved me trying to get my car out. Today, I know that in the last vlog I explained that I was opening a Shopify. Well, at the moment, that is still happening, but I'm at the point where there is nothing exciting to really show you. It is just a case of inputting values and adding descriptions. So there isn't really anything, I don't know what she's after. There isn't really anything of any substance to really show you right now. Last night I connected my domain to my store, so if you do search handmade designs, that will be linked to my Shopify store now, and there isn't anything really on there. So if you have a look, there isn't anything on. I do plan to launch it more towards the beginning of next year. I just wanted to work towards it on an evening and just chip away at it a little bit at a time. I'm really happy with it, with where it's at now. It's coming together, you know, and it's at a stage where it's starting to feel like your own website and your own colours and your own products and ideas. So it is starting to form together. But that being said, there's still, you know, a good probably 70% of work left to do on it. But for the purpose of this video, I thought there's not really much there to really show you and to form a video out of. Probably in the future I can go back and show you, and I've got something to talk about, but it is literally just a blank listing at the moment, so there isn't anything to show. That being said, moving on to what I'm going to do today, I think I'm going to record a podcast for YouTube. Now, the last video that I did, I ended up recording about 55 minutes. I really enjoyed that style of video, and I originally used to have a podcast over on Patreon. This is years ago, and I really enjoyed that space, but when I was changing the way my business ran, when COVID happened and I lost close members of the family and had my daughter at the same time, it was a lot of things all in one go to navigate with business. So everything kind of got put on hold, and then I needed to kind of unravel all of that and figure it out. Fast forward to today. For the past 3.5 years, 4 years or so, this has still been something I've been thinking about, but over the last 4 years, I haven't been able to put my finger on it with what exactly it is that I wanted to speak about, talk about, have conversations with people, and I almost knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do. I also had this haze and fog around the ideas, so nothing felt very clear to me, and I promised myself in this whole process, which is things that I'm going to go on and talk about and share with the marketing aspect, that I wasn't going to rush anything. I think previous self in business would have done that, where I had all the time in the world, so I could literally be as spontaneous and could throw all my energy at something, and that isn't necessarily always the right way to do it, because I felt like sometimes I'd do it just because that's what I've had in that idea in the last half an hour, as opposed to really taking some time to think about things and put things in place. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to film the podcast episode, which I will do shortly. And I'll show you over here. I know I've gone off camera and it's really heavy. Right. I think this is going to be my chair of choice. If I hold it up so you can see, and then so this is the chair that I'm going to use for my podcast. Now this chair is incredibly special to me. I bought it before I had this studio space, and I shared an office with my dad, and I had a little desk and a chair, and I bought all secondhand furniture, which I love, that sings to my heart. And I bought some from like a dissolved business. I bought like their office furniture, and my dad still got it actually in there. And because it was against a brick wall that was exposed, it was like deep reds, and I knew I wanted something vintage. A lot of my personality and what I absolutely love is antiques. I love vintage styles, and that has always been from the very beginning. If you trace all my work back, that's where a lot of my style has been, like my true self. I'm going off track here, aren't I? But the chair I bought from someone off, I want to say like Facebook Marketplace or something. Or eBay. It was a secondhand marketplace store, and it needed some TLC. It needed a new seat pad on it, and I wanted it done in a traditional way. What you like? You're always after a foot, aren't you? Okay, careful. Needed the seat replacing, and I wanted to keep it traditional with the press studs. Now I did that. I'd found some old fabric, I don't even know where or how, but I think it was in my granddad's shed, and they'd got some press studs, and I basically started doing it, and my granddad was watching me. He was just laughing because he was like, that is terrible, we can't accept that, like come on, we're going to do a proper job. So he showed me how to do a proper job, and then I'd got some work to do, and he got to work and finished it off for me. And yeah, it's a really beautiful chair. I'll have to point this down for you. It's got all the traditional finishes, but what's really good about it is it's got a rocking system. So you can literally, you can literally like rock back on this chair. Oh, it's great. But long story short, I then moved buildings in here, had this chair for a couple of years, absolutely loved it. And then I moved and built this studio, what you can see now. And I was like, I just want a clean aesthetic, and I needed more chairs because I'd got other people working with me and helping me out. So I went and bought 3 new chairs. This chair then got a little bit forgotten about, and my nan ended up asking me if she could pinch it because she wanted it in her conservatory to do her ironing. Because it was the perfect height for where her ironing board was. And I was like, yeah, of course. So I took it up to Nan and let her have the chair for a while. Well, anyway, the chair is back with myself. I've always enjoyed the studio space that I've created, but I've always felt like there's part of me that it's missing, and that's what I'm trying to really bring back. I want to really incorporate the style and things that I love, and that's why I want to include more of the one-off finds and antiques and vintage and the signs and the wood, and bring that all together to make it feel like I still want it girly and feminine and cozy, and I do need it to be bright. The reason I painted it stark white was because there's barely any light in here. The harshness of the white is to hopefully try and reflect as much light as possible in the studio. Back in the day, it wasn't even about filming, it was just to get as much light in for when I do product photography. I just want to bring more and more of myself. I always felt a bit uncool that my style wasn't trendy and it wasn't popular, and I always felt like if I don't, then I'm not stepping into a space that is seen as on trend. And I think as you get older and you care less about those things, I just want to really own it. I absolutely love unique vintage finds, so that's what I want to do. So that's why this chair is going to be my little podcasting chair. It is going to take the center stage. I'm hoping it's just going to be the start of bringing a lot more of my personality into things. Also, before I start, I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing from small businesses and show you a few things that I've been buying that I realised I hadn't opened because I was saving them for a vlog, and this was about 2 vlogs ago. Oh, I'm also going to stand over this heater because it's so cold. Right. Here is the one parcel. And then, okay, you'll have to excuse the presentation of them, and I can assure you that neither of these artists have sent the work in this condition. This is purely from Luna. Let's just scribble out my address because no one wants to see that. I think my pens are too cold to even work at this point. So first up, I bought these from Harvey Art, and I bought a few of her things over the years. So this is the first one. Again, as you can see, the dog has decided to bite it as it came through the post. But this is a little one that says, "You are truly magical." I got the one that says, "Unlock your potential." And then I just bought the little sparkles because, oh, it's not focusing. I bought the little sparkles because I use those quite a lot in my business and my lettering, so I thought they're quite cute. And then next, look, you can see where she's tried to grab it as it came through the post. Thank you for always propping me up. Love you, Ellis. She's so sweet. Oh, I don't want to open it. Oh, I don't want to wreck the sticker. It's so cute. Oh, Ellis, she has sent all of her pins. Look how beautiful they are. So I had purchased I think it might have been the fox and the owl, but she has completely outdone herself here. They're so beautiful. Look at the details. Look at the little bee and the flower. I genuinely can't get over how beautiful they are. So I saw the illustrations and I love the illustration style. There's something beautiful about when something's tangible and you can see it as a pin. Next we've got the little rabbit and the mouse with all the little mushrooms. And then we've got the badger and the hedgehog. I'm thinking before I do my podcast, and I'm going to put the heating on because the temperature's dropped in here, so I do need to get some more heat back into the studio. I think I'm going to have a look at making something for my badges to put them on, and I don't know what yet. Right, let's get my thinking cap on. Leave it with me. Okay, I think I've got an idea. I've got some ply and I've got some canvas. I was going to use an embroidery hoop, but the one that I've got just isn't big enough. And there's quite a few here. So yeah, have I still got my wood glue? I think I've got my glues. So what I'm going to do is a border and then pin this fabric inside, or we could almost create a frame. Luna just wants to sit on the sofa, on the chair, sorry. Look at my dog. I think what the easiest thing is going to be is to do a screen recording for the next bit, and then I can show you what it is that I'm working on. Let's get a screen recording going. So I'm going to head to QuickTime. Apologies if you can hear the heater as well, but it's just far too cold. Okay, so let's do a new project. Right, let's switch my machine as well. We're going to want the M1 laser box. Let's copy and paste that in case I need to come back to it. And then I'm just adding circles, and then I'm copy and pasting them. I'm going to lower it, just make sure all those circles are on the same line. Right, now I need to just make some of these nodes a little better. And then I'm going to put some little holes at the top to hang it. I'm going to copy and paste those. And then I'm going to copy and paste those because I'm going to need 4. And that should be all that I need to do for this point. So I'm going to go and set up my xTool. Let's switch it on. So make sure the right machine is turned on. Let's place the plywood in, and it's on a prism bed. Whilst the laser machine is working, I'm just going to show you the pieces that I've cut out. So I've got this, I've got those two, and then this one with holes for hanging. And I've just got some of this tan cord. I'm going to use this material and I'm just going to cut it to size as a little banner. So I need to find my scissors. Do is measure some cardboard and actually just tuck that around. It will do 16 by like 18. I'm not actually being too precious with this. Could use the laser machine to cut it, but it doesn't need to be too precious. I just need to give this last one a sand. Got my pieces now. I just need to cut the fabric to size. And this feels proper blue Peter. I think this is one of those like trust the process type of things. And now I am just going to sandwich that and put some weight on it. I am gonna just tidy up here, munching on the love hearts. I'm gonna move those. Still got more time to set, but here is what it looks like, and I'm just going to feed some cord through, which seems like it's going to be easier said than done. And then I'm going to start positioning all the pins. There's so many, I don't know where to put them all. Actually, I'm going to take them all off their backing cards and place them where they need to go. I've put the fox in the middle and I feel like it can't be in the middle.
Trusting your instincts, realize that knowing looks different to each. When living authentic, do more exploring, go deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your yourself all that's standing. Live free from worry. Live by just being.
I have just finished the podcast. I've filmed for about 40 minutes, so hopefully, without any editing as well, because I want to keep it as minimally edited as possible, other than the dog decided to bark to tell me there was a pigeon. So other than those few things, I'm hoping the majority of it can be imported and uploaded. So I don't know how this is going to be edited, so you'll either hear of the podcast first or hear about the YouTube channel, or you'll hear about this video first. I'm not sure which one. If you'd love to have an in-depth sit down kind of chatty conversation, head over to my playlist channel. I will link it. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you'd love to be part of the podcast, please do let me know. You can head to my website and enter all your details in the contact form, or you can drop me an email at info@handmadedesigns.net, because I'd love to have other creative people join me on this journey and just, yeah, share the love, share your products, and have the conversation about creative businesses. I'm going to head home now. I'm going to go and have some lunch, and then it is time to pick my daughter up from school. So I will love and leave you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.